Today's content will set you on fire since we are having double fire at the back. Not only that, but also it's gonna be double shadow led by Alola Sandslash. So what I like about this team is that the backline can protect Alola Sandslash from those fighters, and of course we're looking at a pretty scary line, especially when we're talking about those charge attacks. I really like how easy it is for Alola Marowak to go in with a weird moveset running Hex and Fire Blast on its arsenal, and of course you can manipulate any battle at all coming into that switch-in scenario. So with that said, now let's see what we have here, because the opponent is gonna have a Hypno. So what I like about this team is that it can also spam those charge attacks super easy, and on this point, before they farm us down, as it seems we can reach to a Shadow Bone, so that makes them use their remaining energy with ease. This is pretty cool for me because now I have a Shadow Charizard, they have no shields at all, and Shadow Charizard with at least one shield is just gonna go to town. I was counting here the Psycho Cats, I was pretty sure this is no future sight at all, they needed one extra to get there, so this is just a Moonblast, and right after we're gonna be able to completely farm down with the wing attacks and grab for us the victory with that final Blast Burn. Of course they're gonna survive to my surprise, but still we're gonna be able to block the next move and farm down in the process with my wing attack. Into the next one now, and trainers, yes, you're gonna have some bad leads when you're leading with Alola Sandslash, and one of those leads are gonna be the fighters, but here is where the backline can help a lot. And if you're watering Ganeto, are we gonna see any more of those bad leads? Yes, you are. So stay tuned till the end, because not only one but two or three more bad leads are gonna come up against your Alola Sandslash and my Alola Sandslash, so that you can see how you can manipulate that very bad lead that you're gonna have. And this is why I like this version of Alola Shadow Marowak on my safe switch, because even against a ghost type you have a lot of play. We managed to take two shields out of them, and of course with those two shields out of play, Alola Sandslash then can go in, absolutely tank the moves, and then keep the field empty for your Shadow Charizard in order to destroy them down. So here comes now the Golbat. You know what, I'm just gonna take whatever they throw here. We can charge up to a double Ice Punch, which is crazy. Just gonna throw it for that Golbat and then switch out to my Charizard. Not gonna go for the Drill Run, just gonna keep it for the end game. You never know what will happen here, but this is just a Mud Bomb, and because this is my final Pokemon, I want to protect it. I have so much energy to spare. Here comes the amazing Dragon Claw to finish off Toxic Rock, and of course one Blast Burn will be more than enough at this point to destroy down the water type Pokemon, which is a weird phrase, but still it stands on its own since Shadow Charizard is absolutely amazing. Caradilli now up against us, so this is kinda scary for our backline, but up in front it is totally manageable from our Alola Sandslash. The opponent knows that, trying to catch one Ice Punch on the Jellicent, pretty nice play, but we know better. I was about to overfarm anyways, and right here we can do a lot of solid work with our Alola Sandslash. So this is just a Surf, and I will try to go ahead and pressure even more at this point with my Drill Run. You know what, right after perhaps I want to switch out, but they want to go ahead and let that go through. So with that in mind, I have a feeling that the third Pokemon might be pretty strong against my Sandslash, and we stand correct. So it is gonna be a Scrafty, and at this point I'm just gonna press my Fire Blast. Let's see, will this one shot down the Cradilly? Not quite, but still tremendous amount of damage on that Pokemon. I know that Cradilly has a lot of energy to spare here, totally one more move for sure, so I'm just gonna go in with my Sandslash, and at this point I have a Charizard, they have a fighter, Cradilly is already out of the way, and with those two shields I'm pretty sure we can farm down with this. They know that as well, and that is gonna conclude this battle in an amazing win for our team. So into the next one, trainers, this is obviously a very good lead for us. We have three Pokemon that counter down this Whimsicott and wall it down, but at the back they have the Aggron, so the only reason that I'm showcasing this battle, you know me, I do not showcase super good leads on this channel, but still when I have a very weird switch, I'm just gonna showcase to you, because this Pokemon, the Aggron, can be kinda tricky. So all we can do here is to pressure for those two shields. Hopefully we can do it, and on the switch we're met up with a Jellicent. So great news here is that we can go for the Shadow Bone, and hopefully with that Aggron out of the way we can have a much safer environment towards the end game, because we're having a double fire, and that Aggron could easily one-shot us down if we weren't careful back there. So now against Whimsicott, they know there's no chance, just gonna emerge into the battle with my Charizard, and they're gonna back out for sure. So into the next one now, we're having a Pidgeot on the switch. You know what, whatever they throw here, I'm just gonna take it, even a freaking Brave Bird. So they end up going for that Feather Dance, and here comes another Fire Blast. Can we land it? Big damage on the Pidgeot, however, not enough after the debuff to entertain us even more. At this point, we're just gonna go down to this Feather Dance, but before we do, perhaps we can get a chance to unleash a Fire Blast, and I get too greedy here. I could go easily for a Shadow Bone, and then I could farm down with this, but I didn't do it. Anyways, just gonna keep going here with my Ice Punch. They are gonna take it, pretty good play by my opponent, but still we can do a lot of solid work with our Charizard. Not gonna block anything, I know we can survive, and of course double resist that launch, which was the obvious move for them to go, since I had 2 shields there. And at this point, we're just gonna go with the Blast Burst up against this Diggersby. I know what you're thinking, Ganeto, you have a Charizard, but of course you are debuffed. How are you gonna win this thing? Well, debuffs do not apply on Pokemon like Shadow Charizard and Shadow Zapdos. You're still gonna go to town with those moves. We're not gonna one-shot it down, but still we can do a lot of solid work, as you are gonna see. Gonna clear the debuff right now, which was not needed at all. We could still stay in, and those Blasters in combination with the Dragon Claws and the Wing Attacks could still do the work here, but we can totally grab that final shield with this out of play, and right after we can reach to that Dragon Claw. I know that this Buzzle is out of energy, and of course the Pidgeot has nothing to throw. Is Buzzle out of the way already? I do not remember. Anyways, Dragon Claw here will just destroy down Pidgeot, and we're just gonna take this victory. I thought that Buzzle was still around, but it wasn't. So a very good lead on the face of Golbat here, and on the switch we're met up with a Whiscash. So Whiscash is another switch that I do not like about this team. Of course my only answer here is gonna be Charizard, but still I do not like my odds a lot if they go for the Blizzard. However, this trainer decides to go for the early moves, and you know what, I'm just gonna take them. I know I can survive the Mud Bombs, and when you can survive a move rather than 2 moves on your pretty Shadow classy Pokemon, just go for it. Anyways, gonna land this big Blast Burn on that Whiscash, and right after I will charge up a lot of energy, just try to go here for the potential bait and then go for another move. But anyways, we're gonna get the shield even though we go down, and my plan was kinda weird, and at this point we're just gonna go in with our Sandslash and of course spam those Ice Punches. At the back they have a double, so the battle is definitely not over yet. We have to switch out to Marowak, and if they get to that payback and they land it, well, the things might be towards their side. But instead they have Wild Charge, and you know what, I'm just gonna take the second one. It seems like we can survive the Wild Charge and not the payback, and at this point I'm just gonna reach to my Fire Blast, and right after I know that if I can block correctly, I can absolutely destroy down this Golbat. Of course, they are kinda bulky here, but when the damage is coming from one Shadow to another, perhaps this Shadow Bone might be more than enough to finish down the Shadow Golbat. They can still survive. Look at that, trainers, absolutely wonderful for them. But right after I have the Sandslash, which can just finish off the job and absolutely bring us to the victory side. Into the final one, trainers, with a Pidgeot up on the lead, so we're looking pretty solid here. We're just gonna see what they have at the back, and it is gonna be the Magneton. So Magneton is kinda scary for this team as well. Those Magnet Bombs are just gonna do a lot of work against my Sandslash, the discharges against my Charizard, and of course my most solid answer might be Marowak, but still without the Bone Club we might be in deep trouble. Anyways, I decided to take the second move. I want to keep the shields as it seems for my Charizard. Because I think that with that electric type out of the way, perhaps my Charizard can be on a much better spot. This time I will not get greedy, just gonna throw the Shadow Bone, not like before that we fell down with the Shadow Bone ready to go and perhaps the knockout could have been secured, but still here. We're gonna get to the Shadow Bone, now switch out to the Alola Sandslash, and Ice Punches will do a lot of damage to this Pokemon even though we're debuffed. I'm deciding to block here. I know that even if that is gonna be a Feather Dance, Shadow Zapdos can still go to town on whatever there is at the back, and to my surprise it is gonna be a Shadow Drapion. I was not expecting that for sure, and at this point we can just go for double Blast Burn if we want to, but I know that they want to respect me, and of course they are gonna go for the shield here, while Blast Burn right right after will destroy them down. Shadow Charizard is no joke at all, and one more move to secure the victory, and that will wrap things up, trainers, for today's video. So thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my channel if you are new to my content. We have recently reached 4K subscribers, so a big thank you to you, trainers. And with that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out to follow more of my content going on my channel and here on YouTube. So feel free to check them out, and I will see you all into the next one.